An authentic film lover and a little genius of postmodern cinema, Quentin Tarantino has often found inspiration in his favorite films. That was the case on his first feature, Reservoir Dogs, which remade a famous sequence from Ringo Lam's City on Fire, or on Jackie Brown, heavily influenced by the blaxploitation. For Kill Bill, which he directed in 2003, Tarantino took inspiration from Japanese and Hong Kongese 1970s exploitation trend. The film follows the revenge of the bride, a former member of a squad of professional killers betrayed by associates after she tried to retire. With its many charismatic characters, its laid-back mood, and its energetic and creative fight scenes, Kill Bill is amongst the most entertaining film of its director. To appreciate Kill Bill even more, some knowledge of the Asian cinema which influenced Tarantino is recommended. So, here are 5 films which the filmmakers took inspiration from and which deserve to be recognized for their own qualities. If you were impressed by the character of Oren Ishii and her final duel against the bride, Lady Snowblood is for you. A manga adaptation, we follow Yuki, a professional assassin, looking for the people who have destroyed her family. Lady Snowblood is played by Meiko Kaiji, a popular singer who became one of the queens of the 70s Japanese exploitation thanks to her charisma and intensity. The film, directed by Toshiya Fujita, is a perfect example of what Japanese exploitation cinema was able to do best during this time period. Thanks to an inventive direction, its relentless story, and the magnetism of its characters. No surprise it made a strong impact on the former video club employee. If there is one Japanese filmmaker who left a powerful mark on Tarantino, it is Kinji Fukasaku. A prolific director, he's most famous for his cynical and aggressive Yakuza films such as the Battle Without Honor or Humanity series. Amongst its most memorable films, there is his last one, Battle Royale, which he directed in 1999. This adaptation of a controversial novel sees a high school class having to kill each other to obey a cruel law in a dystopian Japan. Both naive and without mercy, still as full of energy as his films of the 70s were, Battle Royale is the ultimate firework of its author. Chiaki Kuriyama, the actress playing the lethal Gogo Yubari, was actually discovered in Fukasaku's last film. Hattori Hanzo, the swordsmith who helps the bride in her quest of vengeance, is played by Sonny Chiba. Considered the Japanese Bruce Lee, Chiba had an extensive career. He did play the part of the famous Hattori for TV before, but never for cinema. Still, he also played another famous ninja master on the big screen, Jubei Yagyu. To see him at his best, watch Shogun Samurai, in which, to make sure power goes into the hands of his master, the cunning Jubei manipulates everybody around him. Behind the camera, we find again Kinji Fukasaku in one of his early attempts at doing a period film, and who signs here another high-quality work. If Japanese cinema dominates Kill Bill when it comes to its influences, Hong Kong cinema comes second. For example, King Boxer, also known as Five Fingers of Death, which Korean filmmaker Chang-Hwa directed for the Shaw Brothers in 1972. This entertaining kung fu film deals with martial arts school rivalry and is one of the very first films to have succeeded in the US 1 year before Bruce Lee. Tarantino borrowed one of its signature, the sound motif and its associated track shot when the hero uses his most lethal technique. The Kung Fu master of the bride and leader of the Crazy 88, Oren Ishii's henchman, is played by Gordon Liu, one of the most emblematic actors of the Kung Fu film produced by the Shaw Brothers at the end of the 1970s. He found himself fighting against the character he plays in Kill Bill for Clan of the White Lotus, directed by Lieh, the star of the King Boxer. Typical of what the studio was producing around that time, Clan of the White Lotus is a fight fest, choreographed perfectly by some of the best martial artists working for the studio back then.